Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Luz, and I'm the founder of Luz Creativa, which is a platform for all the women who are creative and are trying to learn more about marketing, AI. And I've been doing this newsletter for a while now. It's been like 7 months since I started a newsletter, but I thought, why not do it in a different format, where we can like chat a little bit more, where you can like get to know me. And so I can like actually talk to you like we're having a conversation about what is going on the news. Like what is the tea? Weekly. So what is the weekly tea? And basically, this monthly topic for me is websites. We're gonna talk a lot about websites, and I'm gonna be doing this once a week. So yeah, prepare yourself. Get your notebook if you're gonna, take some notes or whatever, because this is gonna comes very strong. And today I'm bringing you guys 5 key news stories for women entrepreneurs. And I'm so excited for you guys to be here. This is my first time doing this. So let's see how it goes. I hope it goes well. I'm pretty sure it goes well. It will go well. Like I'm talking to you, I feel comfortable. And yeah, just like me, I know you're creative. I know you're trying to learn. I know that sometimes being an entrepreneur gets so messy. Like today, I was so, a little bit like concerned about doing a lot of things. My list was never ending, but we'll get there. And meanwhile, while you try to build your business, I'm going to be doing this for you. So you don't have to dig into news, what is going on. I'll do that for you every week. So if you want to join, subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on my other social media, because I'm also giving a lot of advice and a lot of tips there on how to create content for your business. So let's get started. A good thing, well, before we start, I also want to share that I'm from Guatemala, so my first language is not English, but I'm doing this because I'm trying to reach more people and stuff. So, yeah, welcome here to my community. So, today, one of the first things I want to talk about is this news that I got into one of the a lot of news that I read, and it's that because we're gonna talk about websites, right? So mobile drives 79% of traffic, but only half the sales. The conversion gap is real, guys. So what does this mean? Like, this is the goal for this YouTube video, so I can like actually make you understand, help you understand what is going on with marketing. And first of all, okay, so when it comes to websites and you're building a website, or if you've ever created a website, if you have no idea, I'm gonna teach it all for you. Websites can be built, when you're like in this like website designer platform, whatever you're using. There's tons of them. We're gonna talk about that later on, but right now we're gonna talk about specifically about mobile for this specific news. And mobile is when you look at a website on your phone. That's literally mobile. And then when it says like uh website, like when it's like desktop, that means that you're looking at it like you're looking at a website on a laptop. That's the difference. And you can also see another view as tablet when you're designing. Sometimes people do add that when they're designing, but the most important thing is for you to optimize your mobile. And this is because, we're during the day, we're almost always using our phones. And websites on desktop are important, but like this news says, 79% of traffic is happening on mobile, but only half the sales. And why is this? I think this is also kind of like a generational thing. For me, I feel like I'm half millennial, I'm half Gen Z because I'm from the 98. So it's kind of like weird because I grew up with all the millennial stuff. I had like my first 5 years of life, I guess it's a lot of millennial stuff. And then like I kind of switched to Gen Z stuff. So it's confusing for me. But I'm going to say, and I'm going to be really honest, and this is going to sound very millennial of me, but I do feel more comfortable buying on desktop, on my laptop than my phone. Now, like I was like that like years ago. I used to feel comfortable because like it's like the screen is bigger, so you're more comfortable with what you're buying and you can like dig a little bit more on what you're buying. And phone, sometimes it's a little bit small. I don't know. It feels like you're not in control. So I completely understand why this behavior is very heavy on mobile. And specifically about like how do you design a website that converts? So one of the things that we must take into account when we're designing a website and we're building our own websites as entrepreneurs, as founders, most of the times we're going to build our first or second or third website until we can pay to someone else to do it for us. And like it says here, thumb friendly buttons. This is something super like obvious, but sometimes have you ever gotten into a website and you can't even like log in, buttons don't work, it's just messy, and when you go into desktop mode, it actually works. So this is because it's not optimized for mobile, and you have to be very careful for that. So yeah, that's very important. Also, concise copy, like that's another big one. And single page checkout. Sometimes we make our clients do a lot of clicks until they can be able to pay to us. And the more clicks one person does, the less they're gonna buy because it's so annoying that you have to click and then you have to click and oh, you have to add this and you have to add the other thing. So the less clicks we also include in the process of buying, the better chance we're going to have of people buying from us. And businesses that nail this see 40% higher conversion rates. So it's not only about having a really nice website. Oh, it looks perfect. Oh, I have the perfect photos. It's not only about that, but actually making the process as easy as possible for people to buy from us or to email us if you don't actually have like buy buttons, on your website. So yeah, that's important. One of the other things that I found on news was like that a 1 second delay cuts conversions by 7%. That means that speed equals money. What does this means? Okay, so there's this platform that Google made that's called SpeedCore score. So what you can do inside of this website is that you can type down your website and it's going to give you a score. And you have to take that into account for your website because it's going to give you detail like things to improve so your website actually works. Sometimes we put like very heavy photos or videos and that makes our website slower. And when that happens, it's very uncomfortable for the user to wait for the photos or pictures or whatever you're like uploading to your website to like upload. And that sometimes makes people immediately leave. So the faster you can make your website optimized and the faster like pictures or video help get upload every time someone goes into your website, the easier it's gonna make for people to buy from you. That's basically what it means. And another thing I want to talk about websites, it's AI personalization gives a 22% conversion boost and it's finally affordable. So what does this means? Um if you've never like built a website before, or if you have, well, and you haven't done it in a while, now websites actually let you use AI like inside of like the website builder, it helps you create a website that it's like way more optimized. So like this picture here is this platform to build websites that's called Wix. I've used it in the past and it's super easy to use. But at the same time, you have to do stuff like brick by brick. Even if they have templates, sometimes it gets a little bit, fussy what is the next step. So they already have, as you can see there, the theme assistant. So they help you like build a website with AI. So it's like, oh, improve your CTA or put this layout of pictures like this and the text like this. That helps you a lot when you're building a business because sometimes you don't really know what's next. I'm actually hosting a masterclass this month, the 28th of May, where we're going to learn how to build an optimized website. So I'm going to give you the guidelines of what I've done to build my own websites. And yeah, as you can see here, like you can change themes, like what colors, what typography, what fonts are you gonna use. So that's a really good thing, because we didn't have that before. And now AI is like adapting your homepage, your product recommendations. It's like, hey, you should put this like product where it looks better, or this photo is not charging, like use something that is a little bit more noticeable for your customers, and also like even pricing based on each visitor's behavior in real time. So the next thing we're going to talk about is it's about the Geo, which is a new SEO for the ChatGPT era. So what does this mean? Before, like, ChatGPT didn't really like have like it was just like a chat. But now it's giving recommendations. Now with the whole thing of like showing ads and stuff, they're also like adding information about businesses. So if you ask about a business, I remember when I started using ChatGPT years ago, it didn't even show you like if I was like asking about a business and it wasn't like a big deal, it wouldn't know. It was like, oh, I don't have any information about this. But now it actually gives you a lot of info about businesses that you actually, if you're actually using like ChatGPT as if it were Google. So why and how can we do this? How can we show up on ChatGPT if someone looks for our business and it's like, hey, do you really recommend this business? That's kind of like the questions they're going to ask about your business. So if I'm pretty sure like ChatGPT is like dragging this information about your business from your website. So you need to make sure that you really have the info that people are going to need. For example, you could add like top 10 client questions in plain language. Like actually make it super easy for people to understand what you do and how to solve things and what are the deadlines, whatever you're selling, like make it super clear. Like this frequently asked questions section needs to be super like optimized. So when people chat GPT you, they're going to find whatever they actually need from you. And make sure your business name, address, and phone match exactly across your site, Google, and social media. Because ChatGPT and other platforms of AI, they not only look out the info on your website, but they will also go through your social media or like any other platform that you use. So if you have like one phone number here and then the other one because you switch, then you have another phone number, or your website switch names or anything, your Instagram handler, whatever, like make sure that everything is aligned. So whenever people follow you, whenever people look for your account, they're going to have the same information and on every platform. And moving on with the next with the next news, and I think this is very important for us to take into account when we're building websites, is trust signals and one-click checkout, where 35% of sales are won or lost. Why is this happening? Sometimes I've seen a lot of websites where that especially happens in Latin America, where you go to a website and you want to go to the checkout and buy something, and they're like, "Oh, talk to us on WhatsApp." And they send you a link to go to WhatsApp. This is not entirely bad. Like, there's certain things that I understand that you have to talk to like someone else to, buy from them. But if it's like an online store, why will you have to make people like go through your website and then take them to redirect them to WhatsApp? Like, it's just a little bit annoying. So if we could start looking out for platforms, or yeah, basically platforms that let us like let people buy from us with their credit card or stuff, it's gonna make it so easier. And if you are have the chance to make them pay with Apple Pay or Google Pay, that's gonna make it way more easier as well, because people have their info there and they just literally have to click. Um, and that's it. So make sure like whenever you're putting these checkouts, you also like add real customer testimonials with photos on your homepage or product pages. Sometimes we want people to buy from us when we don't even put one testimony. Like, how are people that do not know about anything about our business gonna buy from us if we don't put any info like of people who have bought before? That's what like Shane and Temu and all these platforms do that with every single product. You could like go to any of these two websites and go into their website and click reviews, and they're going to have tons of reviews because that gives a lot of credibility, and even more when people post photos about the product or service. So make sure you always have testimonies like somewhere in your website or on the checkout specifically. These tiny additions can definitely lift conversions, sorry, 10 to 20%. And before we finish this first newsletter made into a video, thank you so much for the patience. Thank you very much for being here. I also want to talk about a little bit about this article I read recently, which is the girl bussification of AI. And it's basically like Reese, Mel, and I don't know who Cheryl is, but she's also on this article that I read from The Cut 2 days ago. Talks about that this like super famous women are telling women to use ChatGPT or get left behind. And I think there's a lot of things to talk about that. But I just want to leave you with that news. What do you think about that article? I want you to go read it and tell me in the comments, what do you think about it? What is your opinion about AI? Do you use it a lot as women entrepreneurs? If you're a creative person, how do you use it? If you use it, how do you use it? I want to know. I want to listen to you. I want to have a conversation with you. So drop a comment and tell me about your story with AI, and let's talk about this. And also tell me if you're using what platform are you using to build your website, and also talk to me a little bit about what if you were planning or on building a website, if you've ever built a website, or if you have no idea. Because remember, if you have no idea on how to build a website and you want to do that, then you could sign up to my masterclass by the end of this month, and where I'm gonna teach you how to use and how to kind of like prepare the first draft of your website. And I am so happy about this new segment, I guess, of content. Like I said, English is not my first language, so it's kind of challenging for me to do this, but I'm willing to improve my English and get better at this, because I really want to share with you guys all these things that I'm constantly reading and I just don't have anyone else to talk about with to this about. So yeah, you're more than welcome, and thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you next week, because I'm gonna be posting this newsletter YouTube videos every week. So thank you so much, and bye. Have a good one.